Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. I'm Yuki, the trainer from JEGA. In today's video, we are going to talking about the setting in JEGA AiCutlist, and you can go to the top setting to check all the things we are going to talking about today, like the panel setting, quotation setting, fitting and hold setting, process setting, and system setting. Let's check the first one. It's panel. You can click on it. The first will be the range. You can come here to input the panel dimension range in your factory. Then when you're using the panel, which side it's not within the range, then you will get a prompt in the intelligent detection. And I will show that to you later. Let's check the next one. It's the maximum thickness for the non-drilling panel, which means when the panel thickness is smaller than 11 millimeters, then there will be no fittings on it. The next is the maximum contact length. Like when the contact length between two panels is smaller or equal to 60, which means there will be no fitting on them. Here is the thickness whitelist, and you can input all the panel thickness in your factories. When you're using a panel which thickness is not within thickness whitelist, then you will also get the prompt in the intelligent detection. Let's go and check these things first. And now I'm going to create a new order. Create a new job here. Input the name. Hit convert button. Select the cabinet you want to create. So now we get this cabinet, and we can change its length first. Let's select the cabinet. At the right side, you can change its width, depth, and height. Now I want to change the thickness of one of the panel. So I select the panel. If you change the thickness at the right side, let's move forward. I change it to 30. Then you can see they are not joined very well. So let's Ctrl Z. Select this panel and go to the left side. Here we'll have this panel thickness. You can click on it. Then come here to change the panel thickness. And refresh. Now you can reselect it. You can check it thickness. It's 30. Now let's go to use the intelligent detection. Go to the top, this one, intelligent detection. Click on it. Then you will see this prompt, like the panel size is too large. And you can click on it to navigate it. What's more, you can see the panel thickness is not in the white list. So this one, thickness white list. Okay, now let's go to change the thickness for this back panel. Changes to 10 and hit Enter key. And then to install the fitting, change to the fitting mode. Then you can see there will be no fitting on this back panel. And the back panel thickness is 10. Okay, now let's change it back to 18. Remove the fitting and install the fitting again. You can see now the system will install the fitting for you for this back panel. So this is the maximum thickness for the non-drilling panel. And next is the maximum contact length. Alright, let's install a panel inside. Double left click to select the space and right click. Fix shelf. You can see the system will automatically install this fitting for this one. And let's go back to the panel mode, click on it, and change its depth to light, and change it to 18. Now let's go to the top to install the fitting. You can see the system will install the fitting for this panel now. You can see now the system will install the fitting for this panel. Okay, let's continue to check the panel setting at here. About the grooving, you can see the first is whether to generate the groove when overlapped. So, which means when there is an overlap between the panel, if you check this one, the system will automatically generate groove for you. If you not check this one, then it will show in red, which means there is an overlap. Okay, let's go back to the panel setting to check this one. To check it, hit Convert button and delete this panel to install a new one. Click on this one, extend it to the right side line about 10. Alright, I select the cabinet. I need to select the panel. And hit enter. You can see now there's an overlap here, and let's do the intelligent detection. And if you not show there's an overlap between the panel, let's change to the fitting mode, then you will see this blue groove. Okay, now let's delete this one and go back to the setting, uncheck it and hit Convert. Now let's change to cabinet mode, double left click, right click to install the panel. And select this panel, extend it. Now let's go back to do the intelligent detection. Here you can see a prompt like the panel overlap. You can click on it to check it. Then you will see this red arrow, which means there is an overlap here. Next, let's go back to the left side to see this one, the group depth range, which means when the group depth is not within this range, then you will get a prompt in the intelligent detection. Alright, let's create a new cabinet. Add cabinet, click on it, hit Convert, select the point. Now let's install a Backpanel for this one. Double left click to select the arrow, go to the top panel, Backpanel, and here is the group depth you can select. Like now you can see the group depth range is 5.9 to 6.1. What's more, it had 1 millimeters increment, so remember to calculate this one. So I selected it as 6 and hit Convert. Okay, now I have got this back panel, and let's do the intelligent detection. You can click on this cabinet, and you can see it's the group depth 7. It's out of the range. Okay, let's continue to check this 3, like the width increment, depth increment, and also the length increment. And for this increment, they are increased to the back side. So now I just check this cabinet. Click on this one and right click to see the dimension drawing. And here you can see the groove distance to the back side is 18. Let's go back. Like when we're installing the back panel, you can see the back panel recess is 19, which means it has included 1 to the back side, so the recess will only be 18 in the dimension drawing. Okay, let's continue to check the next one. It's the max gap correction value. For this one, which means when the distance between two panels is within 18, then you will get an intelligent detection to notice you to whether you need to correct this one. Like now, I just double left click to select this area and right click to install a fixed shelf. Click on the fixed shelf animal and like make it minus 19 and hit enter key. You can see now the distance between these two is 19. So when you do the intelligent detection, you will not get that prompt. But right now, let's Control Z. And let's minus 50. Hit Enter key. Let's do the intelligent detection again. And for this one, you will get this prompt like the gap between the panel is too large. And you can see when you left click, it will navigate you to the problem. Then whether you want to like correct it or ignore it, you can correct it. Then this to the distance will be changed back to 0. Okay, next let's go to check the next setting. It's about the default setting. You can come here to see that first will be the default parameter for the front and back side, left and right side. You can see the first will be the door gap. Let's snap this one. Okay, let's go to check it one by one. At first is the door gap. It is the default door gap when you install the door in the JEGA AiCutlist. Install a door drawer here. Then let's select this double door. You can see the door gap here is 3.0. It is for this one. And moving down is for the self receipts value, like front receipts and left and right receipts. And still stand for the fixed shelves, adjustable shelf, glass shelf, partitioned, vertical shelf, toolkit, and filler. And you can see here also have an enable results or not. When you not check it, then all the settings you make here will not be activated. So if you want to use this, remember to check this one. Alright, let's go to check them. Like for the shelf, let's use an adjustable shelf here. And for the recess value you set here, it will only be available for the shelf you add, like double left click the arrow and right click to edit, like the adjustable shelf. You can move forward to check it, and it will have this recess value. And this value will also be available for the shelf you draw under the quick drawing mode. Just double left click and draw a line. Then you will draw a shelf like this. Let's Control Z and move back to the normal mode. And what's more, there's one thing that you need to notice is that like I had just installed an adjustable shelf here. If you install a second adjustable shelf here, then you will receive 20 like this. So let's right click to show this to you. Then you can click on this one. You can see its reset value is 20. And let's Control Z and check this area again. Like when you double left click, you can see you will only select the area from this part. So it already resets 10. So this is the one thing that you need to notice. And here is a filler's default value. And for this value, it is for the filler that you installed by the quick drawing mode. Like for this cabinet, I come to the quick drawing mode and just draw a line here, and you can see it will be a left filler. Then let's move back and check the value for this one. You can see this dimension width is like 15, and it will be the value I set at here. So this is about the default value you set in here. However, under the panel, the third one, filler default, it also has the filler default value. For this value, it will only validate when you install the filler by right-click the cabinet. Like now, I change the top filler, this filler height to 100, and confirm. Now I select cabinet and right-click. Intelligent generation filler, this one, click on it. Top filler. Now you can see at the right side, the filler height will be 100. So this is the difference between the filler default value at here and this page. Now let's talk about the edgebanding setting. It is at the top part, setting, the second one. The first one will be about the edgebanding type. You can come here to set the edgebanding type for the cabinet you add in the JEGA AiCutlist. You just click here to set the edgebanding type for each panel. The second one is the edgebanding thickness. You can come here to set the edgebanding thickness for different type of the panel color. You just double left click to change it, and right click here to add a new column. Then you can come here to input the color name, then change its edge banding type. For this setting, it means whether the cabinet you placed from the JEGA AiHouse to read the edge banding thickness data you set at here. After you changing everything, remember to save it. What's more, if you don't want it, you just right-click and delete this column. Like for this panel, you can check it, go to the right side. Now its texture is YN001. Then let's check. Let's come here to modify it. And select this one, H1369 on this one. You can see the thick edge banding, it's different. So let's change to this one. Double left click to change it. Now you click on it again, then go back to right side. You can see its thick edge banding will change. And for this one, it's still YN001. The thick edge banding will not be changed. Next is about the core material. For the core material setting, you need to come here to add all the core materials you have in the JEGA AiHouse. Then when your designer places an order to JEGA AiCutlist, it will have a corresponding one. If it doesn't have, you will get a prompt that you don't have that core material. You can come here to add that one. And if you don't need this one, you just select it and go back to here, hit the delete button to delete it and save it. To using all this core material, you can just select one of the panel. At the right side, it will have the core material. You can come here to select it. Or you can select cabinet at the right side to change the core material for this whole cabinet. Going back to the top, let's talk about the quotation setting. Under the quotation setting, you can see they have been divided into the panels, fittings, the hardware, irregular shape quotation drawer, and even the quotation unit you can set it. And for this quotation setting, it is for the detailed breakdown quotation, not for the projection quotation. Like check the first one, the panel, you can set the core material for this and the color, thickness. And for this plywood material, you can double left click to input its name, and it have two colors, or it had many colors, but you have a special color, we have a special price. Then you can, for this one, you cannot input it. Then all the plywood except this color will have this plight. So you can also input the color for it. If you have one more color, you just right click to add this one. Then you will get this one, and you can right click to add a tile road for it. Like now, I just delete this one. And for this color, if you have different thickness, and for different thickness, if you have different prices, then you can come here to input it, like 5 millimeters, and it will be 80. For the others, after you input all this, you can just go to here to save it. Then you can get quotations for your panel now. Now let's check this irregular shape quotation. And for this one, you can see these two first. It will be the minimum size of the panel, which means the size below 0.1 square meters will count as 0.1. I'm still stand for this door panel. There are three kinds of quote method. The first is this irregular shaped fixed processing fee, and second is price increase per square meter, and the third will be the irregular shaped panel markup. So let's use the first one. It will directly add a fixed price like 20 for the panel have the irregular shape. Like let's say this setting, then make a irregular shape on the top panel. I click on this button. Come here to set this kind of shape at it. Like this two part to be 200. Okay, now I have made a special shape on it. Then let's go to the quotation part, design. Here, quotation. You can see for the panel, the top part, here is the unit price, and you can see it will directly add 20 for this price. And let's check another one. This is the price increase per square meter, and save it. And for this one, still see the top panel. You can see now the special add price is 5.06, which means it is calculated like 0.5056 multiplies 158 and add 0.5056 multiplies 10. Then you will get this price. And the third one, let's get back to the quotation setting. This is the irregular shade panel markup. It will directly multiplies 1.2. So let's check it. Go back to the design quotation. Here you can see now the price is changed. It is calculated like 0.5056 multiplies 158 and multiply 1.2. Then you will get the 95.86. Okay, so this is this three type of the quotation method for the irregular shade. And the last thing is about this irregular shade panel condition, which means like if you have a special outer profile on the panel, then the system will calculate it as an irregular shape. If you want the system also think this inner milling and also the internal milling groove as special shape, then you can check this too. Then the system will calculate this too as a special shape. After changing it, remember to save it. For the drawer, you can check whether to get a quotation to it. If you are using the expand quotation, you can check this one. You can also quotate them based on their quantity. You can check it. And here you need to set it like for different kind of core material, color, and its size. It will have different prices. You can come here to section. If you want a new one, you can come here to click the create, then you will get a new one. Input the core material and also the color. You can see you can also not input them. And here is its dimension. When it's smaller or equal the 450 width, then it will use this price like this. And what's more, at the top part, you can also set whether to calculate the drawer front inside here. After you set it, just remember to save it and save again. About panel process, here is where you can set a super thin panel. You can see like this 36 or 45 thickness panel, and it is combined by two panel. Then you can set it at here. After you setting it, then the system are able to recognize the nesting subpanel in JEGA AiCNC. So let's go to check it. Let's go to the setting panel process. You have this 36 panel and let's create a new one here, like 27 millimeters panel, or you can think it is the top panel or the others. And here is the thickness 27, and the core material you can check it here. Then after you setting all this info, you need to go to the right side. Check this one and go to right side. Click here, create a new one. Here is the sub panel for this 27th panel. Let's name the first panel, and it is the 9 millimeters sub panel. And here is the number for this one. You can just input the number for it. Here is the color and core material. For these two, you need to make it follow the 27 millimeter panel. So you just keep it follow, and still the same for the width and the depth. You just keep these two. However, for this height, you need to change the height for this sub panel. Change it to 9. And here is the unit. You can control it and the quantity. And for the OT, it is control whether it can be produced and whether it had a production data. You just keep it at production output. What's more, let's add another one, like another one, it's 18 millimeters sub panel. And here is the number for this one. And still the same, keep these things and change the height. Now after you changing all these things, you can come here to save it. Okay, I had made that successfully. Like I just simply select one of the panel, this one, and go to the right side to change its thickness, 27. And also the core material plywood. Then you can see here we have this panel process, 27 millimeters panel. If you change to the other, slide 18, then under the panel process, if you have none, so I change this to 27. When you apply this cabinet to the AI CMC, let's do this now. And delete this one first. Insert the fitting for it and directly validate it. And get a bound list for it. New order. Okay, now then you can go to the checkout AI CMC to check it. Okay, now I have logged in it. Okay, at here, I just download it and import it. Then you can see for this fixed shell, it will have 2 to 9 millimeters and 18 millimeters. What's more, under AI CMC, remember, go to the setting, global setting. Here you have identified the next sub-panels. Remember to check this one and save it. Okay, let's go back. Now let's go to talk about the fittings and hardware setting. To setting those things, you need to follow the step. First, set the quotation for them. Second, go to input the fitting and hardware information. Third, come here to set the whole setting. Like for the panel, how many fittings will be installed on it and what kind of fitting will be installed on it. By these 3 steps, you can get the material list for your fittings and hardware and also get the quotation. You need to do them one by one. Quotation, hardware, and whole setting because you need to associate them. Like now, I'm going to do the quotation setting for my fittings and hardware. I just come to the second part. Here you can see under the configuration, it will have the structural fittings and hinge, slide handle, all these things. You can just add this fitting or hardware at here. Just hit this add button and just input it at here. After you add one of the catalog, you can go to the right side to right click the white arrow and hit the add button to add it. Then you can create one of the configuration like this. Let me delete this one. You can see like under the structural fittings, it will have some minifigs or the double rod and even the other things. As an example, I just right click to add a dowel for text. And here you can input its specification and also its number if you want it. The unit, double left click to select it and input the unit price for this dowel. And whether to get a quotation for it, select the normal, then you will get a quotation for it. And here is the outsourcing, and if this one is persuaded from the other suppliers, then you need to select this one. And for this style persuade, you will still get the material list for this one, but you will not get a quotation for this one. And the last is the perfect paste, and for this one, it is some patch cover. If you select this one, then for this hardware, like under here, maybe I can add a patch cover. Then under I can select it at perfect paste. Then it will have the same material as the cabinet. So this is for this one. And you can select apply for it if you need it. After that, you can go back like this dowel. If you need to like insert that patch cover for it, you just come here to hit this add button. Under the catalog, select this patch cover and the quantity. Then it will have one of this patch cover. And if you don't need it, you just delete it. Now I have add one of the quotation for my dowel, and you can see it doesn't have this associate icon. I need to come to here, the hardware, to input the information and then associate them together. What's more, for this associate one, you cannot delete it. When you hit this trash button, there is no response. But if you hit this one, you can directly delete it. Okay, let me add it back. Okay, after you change everything here, remember to come here to save it. And just hit the save button. Okay, now you have saved that successfully. The next thing is that you need to come here, the hardware. Just click here. Here is where you can set all the information for each hardware and fitting. Under the fitting catalog, you can see the minifix, dowel rod, the graphics, or even the other thing. You just set the fitting catalog based on your factory. And now I just go to the with the dowel to add the one that I just set the quotation and hit add and hit dowel. And right click, you can copy a new one and modify the footage and rename it. So I just rename it. Dowel test. Then for this dowel, at here you can change its dimension or the hole size and even other things. And here have this axis. You can see place the axis position at center or fix it, or you can also have the multiple for it. And for different multiple, like when panel thickness is what, then the axis position is at where. Just hit add to set it and then save it. After you input everything here, you remember, come here, this is select. To select the quotation you just add, you just hit select. Then you can come here to directly search it like this, double for test. If it already associate, then it will be in green, so you cannot check it. So you just check the one that you set and hit convert. Okay, now they have been associated. After everything you set throughout, you need to go to the bottom right corner to hit the save button. It is very important. You need to save it. Alright, for this multi-theming, it's empty, so I place this back to center and save it. Okay, I save it success. After I set the price and input its information, the next thing is going to use it. So I just close this windows and come to here, the whole setting. Under the whole setting, you can see there's many skins and many programs here, like for the minifix and for the other things, like you can add your programs here and also to rename it. Like for this minifix, you can see it will have different width, like when the width is smaller or equal than 39, then it will have the no hole like this. And you can also go to right side, the preview height, and input 39 and hit enter. Then you can see there's no hole placed on it. But if you input like 15.4 or 50, just hit enter, then you can see the system will install two fittings here, two minifix. You can see it's in detail. Or you can even input 1200 to see it more clearly. And like the starting 2 times, whether to have it, double left click to change it, and whether to place it from the center. And here's the front hole distance and the end hole distance. You can change this. Like this is for 1200, and for this height it's smaller than 1210. It will start from the center, and then the front hole and end hole will be 50. This one you can see it very clearly. What's more, you can see here also have a dowel, and for this dowel you can hit the modify. Then you can get inside to see for this the minifix 32, it will have one of this 8mm wood dowel here. And you can also hit create a sub-trials to add one more. Now I just delete it, and here is the distance. You can change this at here. And if you need to more the fittings, you just come here to hit create. But if you want to change it, you just double left click and hit the minifix. Like you want to change it to 34 minifix, you just hit it change to 34 minifix like this. But if you don't, let's change it back and hit convert. Like under this wood dowel, you can see they will also classify into different width. And what's more, if you want to add one, like you want to add under the 39, you just select it and then create. Then you add one more between 39 and 54. Now if you want one more, you just select it and hit add button to edit like this. Then double left click to change the detail like the width and how it's placed and the front hole and end hole to set it. And if you want to modify, you just click here to modify. Now for this wood dowel, if I want to create a new one for the dowel that I just set, so I can select the wood dowel first and hit the add. Then if you copy all the detail in that wood dowel, and then I can set it still the wood dowel for test and hit enter. And at here I can directly change it. I always thing double left click to change it. And select the one that I just used. And hit confirm for this one, still the same. Okay, now I have changed all of them to the double test, and I just go to the bottom right corner to save it. I have the fitting plans now. Then I need to view this fitting plan on the panel. So I need to come to here, the panel type. Under the panel type, still the same. At the left side, it's the default configuration or the others configuration. You just come here to edit. Right now, I create one more this one and rename it. And rename it as test. And up here you can see here is the panel type. This panel type one is the DMS, which means the panel type in JEGA AiCutlist. And this is the panel type from JEGA AiHouse. So if you want to check this panel type, let's save it first and close this. Like for this cabinet, you can click on the board. Let's click on one of the board. And at the right side, you can see its type. It's the right side panel. I still the same, you just click on it and check it. Let's cancel the review first. And go back. So you can come here to set all this panel type. If it is not enough, you need to come here to hit the add button. Then you can add one more. And for this panel type, which means, and under the panel type, when you're doing the fitting installation, it will recognize the panel type. So it is very important to setting this. And here is the fitting plans. You can double left click to change it. I just change for the shelf, all the shelves, you just change it like the dowel. Like this wood double test I just create, I just click on it. And here is the whole direction, you can change it. And drilling direction, left and right. And insert connector, yes. So I had to change it to the wood double test for this plant. So I just save it. I have saved it as X. Then for this shelf, you can check it. Go to the right side, change its type to shelf. Install fitting, test, and hit confirm. Now you can see it will install this dowel on it, like this. Then you can go to see the quotation for this one, and here, hardware. Then this dowel test, it's what we add. You can see it's detailed. Alright, one more thing I need to mention is about the whole setting here. About the minifix, it's okay. Let's talk about arrange direction. You can see now it's at the center. When you double left click there, you cannot change it because you have set the 32 times as no. So when you change it to yes, or like this one, double left click, then you can change the drilling direction from front to back or from the back to front. Like I select yes, if I select from the front to back, then you can see the front hole will distance will be 11. Then you can go to the right side to change it to 18 and hit enter. You can see this is too small, so let's change it. Use a bigger one like this one and hit yes. For this 12101, you can see the front hole is 15, and when you select it, start from front to back and change the preview height. You can see the front hole, the distance will be 50 to the end. However, you can see for the backhoe, it will be 16.2. Now it is not 15 because for the 16.2, if it's minus 13.2, then it is not enough for 50. So it will place at 16.2. And sometimes you can also change it from the back to front. Like you installing some drawers and the drawers buttoned drilling is overlaid with the buttoned panel. Then you can change it from the back to front, then control the end hole distance to avoid the overlay. And if that drawer is placed from the JEGA AiHouse, then you need to check the drawer type in JEGA AiHouse. Then you can come to the panel type here to change the relevant panel type fitting plan. But more under here, you can also see this hold orientation. And here we have this division height, which means when the height is over 1600, then the hold orientation will be drilling from the upside. For the drilling direction, you can come here to select like whether to drilling from all sides. If this panel is covered by the old 4 sides, you can select like the all sides to drilling. And if you want to delete like the quotation or the hardware or whole setting, then you need to delete start from the whole setting and hardware, and the last will be the quotation. But if you setting some the fittings, then you need to start from quotation, hardware, and whole setting. Like for this one, and if I don't want the double test that I just add, then I need to delete this one first and hit delete. Then you need to come to the fitting plan, and then for this with double test, you need to modify them or just delete all of them or just directly delete this plan. Then you need to go back to the hardware here. Let's close this window and hardware and find the structural fittings with dowel and this one. To delete it, right click delete it. Then you can go back to the quote setting, hardware, structural fitting, and one that you just add and to delete it. And for the others hardwares, and still the same, go to the quote setting here, hardware, and like hinge, you can come here to input the hinge name, like its brand, and how it installs like inside full overlay or hot overlay. And here is the specification and the unit. After you setting them, like save it. Remember to save it. Then go to the hardware here to set the information for the fitting brand information hinge, and come here like for the insert one. You will have all this, and you just hit add button to add one. Then double right click to change its name. After you change its name, you can come here to like associate the quotation. Remember, it is very important. Remember to associate the quotation and then select it. And if you want to unselect it, you just uncheck it again. Click on it to uncheck it. Like now, I select this one and hit convert. Then come here to input all the detailed information. After you setting the information, save it. And then go to the whole setting. In the whole setting, the third one, hinge, is at here. You can also come to the left side to add many catalogs for different brands. Then, like for the default configuration, you can come here to check for the full overlay door hinge. You will select which one. And for the hot overlay hinge, also the insect one. After you setting all of them, let's close this one. Then you can come here to set, like when the door panel height is smaller or equal to 400, then it will install 2 hinge. You can come here to click on it, then to save it, like the hinge number, and the left or the upper resource value 100, and the right resource value. Here to input it, you can also input the previewed height to check it, then to save it. After you change the number, then here is the hinge damper. If you had set some dampered quotation, then you can associate them here. And the third one is the gas spring. If you have any, you can come here to configure, still the same, set the quotation for it in the quote setting. Here is ready to draw a pilot hole. If you check it, then it will have the pilot hole for you. But if you don't check it, even you set the pilot hole dimension for this kind of the hinge, it will still not draw the pilot hole for you. Then you can come here to create a new one if you need it. Then you just save it. After you saving it, you just go back here, come back to the design and insole fitting. For the hinge, here you can change to the scheme you just make to insole it. And this is for the hinge. For the slide, it's still almost the same. Just input its brand, like its size if you needed to input it here, and how it's mounted, and how it installed, like the side mounted one or the hidden mounted one. Then you just input everything well here and save it. Then go to the hardware sliding, the third one, and this is the side mounting and the height mounting. You just select one like this one. Here you can add one like add the side mounting, then change its name, right click to rename it. After that, you can go to the right side, associate the quotation first, like associate this one. Then come here to change the size for this sliding. Here is how you can change the hold, like this is A1, A2. You can change based on this detail. Just double left click to change it, or hit add button to add a hole or add a groove. After you changing it, remember to save it. It is very important. Saving it, then go to the hole setting. Do the same if you are changing the side mounted slide. You just come here, like just add the category first, then come here to change the parameter, like the box size it's smaller or equal to which value, then it will insert it which one. Insert it this is slide brand. Double left click to change it. And here it has to the edge and the centered or not. If you already set to the edge distance, to the edge is to the bottom of the side panel. If you double left click to change it like 20, then the center or not will not be activated. But if you are using this yes, then this one will not be read. So you need to select one to use. After you changing it, still the same, save this operation and then use it. Insole fitting, here is the side mounting. You just click here to change it. Now let's talk about how to install the foundation. And for the foundation one, you still need to get to the quotation setting here. Hardware and create the catalog for the foundation. I'm setting that here, the kitchen hardware, this one. And after you set it, you just go back to the hardware. The left side, adjustable left, I come here to set this default one. You can see this previewed picture at here. This is the foundation for the kitchen cabinet. And I set it one, and you can also add the new one and right click to rename it or change the footage for this one. And under this one, you can see I already associate the foundation, 100 foundation, and change the size and the last width and height. Height 100, okay. And here is the installation position for this one. And now it is the L1, left one, and the L2. And for this two, you can come here to hit this view picture to check it. And this is the L1, this is the L2. So you can change these things to control the position of the left. You can come here to control these two values to control the position of the foundation. So here we have the special installation position, like when the length of the profile size is less than like 150, and you can come here to view the picture. Like you can see here, when this value is less than like 150, then you will only install one foundation at here, and this one will not be installed. And the next thing is the edge length is greater than like 1000, and like this one, this length, this one, When this is larger than 1000, then it will insert one more foundation here. You can see it. So this is what this two value means. Let's move down. Here is the position. Let's change its size to show it. Position mode. And it will have two position modes. Let's delete these things first. And you can see, let's right click the white arrow. The first is the center distance side hold. And the second one is the coordinate setting hold. And like for the first one, the center distance side hold, you can click on it. You can see it's the center margin, which means you can change this to value. This is for the margin, and this is the angle. So the x-axis and y-axis will not be activated. Like now, let's change the first one, the center margin, and I check the margin 20. And here is the angle. For the angle here, you still can view the picture here. Let's shut this one. And this angle, you can consider it has this 4 direction. This one, here, and here. And the 19 degree will be at here. This is the 19 degree. And here will be the 180. And this is 270. And this is 360 or 0. These things. So, and for the margin, it is the distance from the original center to the position of this hole. So you just like this distance, like I just input the margin here is 20 and the angles like 19, and this apertures to be 5, and here the hole depth to be 2. Now I just go to the refresh. I can click on it. Then you can see at here it will have this hold and here this pilot hold. The center is the center of the foundation. So now you can input one more, like the distance still 20, and this is the angle like 180, 5, 2, and refresh it. Moving forward, you can see now this position is at here. Here is the 180 degrees. So you can input the pilot hole at here. Or let's delete this too and refresh it. Now there's no hole on it, and let's try another method. It's the coordinate setting. For the coordinate setting, you can click here. Now it will show the location setting. Now you need to check this x-axis and y-axis. And for these two axes, let's view the picture. You can see the x-axis is at here, and the x positive is to this direction, and x negative is to this direction. And here is the center of the foundation. So now you can input the value. Like the first one, the x-axis to be the 20. And for the y-axis, you can also input it 20. And the apertures, whole distance on. Let's make it bigger to check its data. And refresh it. Now you can see it is at here. Let's check it from the top part. You can see it is from our. You can see, okay, it's almost here. And this is the x-axis positive, and this is the y-axis positive. So this is 20, and this one also 20. If you input some negative value, then it will change to this part. This two area. So let's check it, and let's right click to add a coordinate setting hole, and this to be like negative 20, and this one still the same, and aperture 5 and 10. Let's refresh it and change to the top and zoom in. Already nice. click on it too. Now you can see its position changed to here. It is from this part and here. So this one is -20 and still the same. This one, so you will get a point at here. Let's move it down a little bit. You will get a point at here. So this is how you can set the pilot hold. You can select one of the methods to use it. And after you saving these things, let's save it. You can go back like for this one. If you want to install that thing, you just select this. Under the panel mode, select the base panel and right click. Install adjustable leg and select the hardware you just set like this one. Then you will get these things. And here I'll also have the pilot hold that you just set like these things. Next will be about the mental size drawer. And for that one, it will be a little bit different. You need to set the quote first and then input the hardware information. Next is not come to the whole setting here. You need to come to here, the drawer process. Under the drawer process, you can come to here to see the default configuration. The last one, mental box drawer. You can right click to add a new configuration, or you just directly change it at here. Then you can set the drawer base panel information here, like the insert value, resource value here. And the drawer box parameters. Here is where you to set the mental size drawer plan. So let's go back to do it one by one. I'm still the same. Go to the quotation setting, hardware, and sliding. At here, I have like the input the lund amps type. Mental size 400 is its depth. You can input all these things here, then save it. After you save it, go to the hardware. The hardware, the last one will be the mental box drawer. You just come here to like this one to add the one that you're going to use, like this one, lund beat 200 mental size. Then to associate that one that you set quotation and input its length, width, and height, and even the panel information. And here you can see the side panels, the links information. You can set it at here. You can left click and hold your mouse to change the size to check its detail and the panels drawing on it. Like for the side panel, you can come here to input, like right click to add one, add a hole, don't add a good. If you add a hole, then you just input its diameters, last depth. This one is the hole spacing and the center or not, and distance to the drawer box and the things. And for the panel one, and this is for the front panel, this one. So now you just right click to add one. Still the same. If I add a group here, you can input the diameter for it and its length and depth. And for the x-axis and y-axis, here is for you to control the position of this hole. So where is the center point? For the center point, it is at here. You can check it. This is this two direction. This is x and this is y. So now this one will be the center. Then you just input the value here to set these two. After you're setting this well, like now I don't need it, I deleted it. Then you just come here to save it. Next is come to here, the drawer process. Click on it. Then to find the default configuration mental box, set the drawer base panel information first. Then come to the drawer box parameter. Here, like the drawer height, you can come here to create a new one. And for this drawer height, when the drawer height is smaller or equal to 195, then when the depth is smaller 420, then it will use this hardware. You just come here to click the modify to change it, like the lund beat mental size 401 or the others. After you're setting all this, just go back to the right side to save it. Then when you come here to decide to install a drawer for it, I double left click to select, under the cabinet mode, double left click to select the area. And under the design drawer, then you can select the mantle box one to install the drawer, the mantle size drawer for it. You can click the side panel to hide this one to check its inner part. Now let's check this hold avoidance rule. Here, go back to the setting, hold setting. Here, this one, hold avoidance rule. Here you can see the first will be the hold avoidance, and this is the through hold, and this is the groove avoidance. Under the hold avoidance, you can come here to see the left-right hold avoidance rule. And you can see there is no avoidance or force avoidance. And force avoidance will be like this type. Like if you are using like the no avoidance, like for this cabinet, if you install the fitting for it and convert. Now let's go back to the fitting mode. You can see for these two, the shaft, they are placing at the same position, then there will be no avoidance. But if you change it to the force avoidance, hold setting, hold avoidance rule, and change this to force avoidance and set the distance between these two, and save it. Okay, going back. Decide. Here, remove all the fitting first and install the fitting. Hit convert. Then you can see they will avoid like the distance of 16. What's more, sometimes if you are making a through hole for this one, then you can go back to setting. Here, through hole, the second one. Here you can check like the minifix starting tool and the 8 mm with dowel. And for this tool fitting, when the plant is using them, then the system will directly make a through hole for them, even you set the hole avoidance. Like now I save it. Okay, configure success and come back and delete this removed fitting and install the fitting. Then you can see it will directly make a through hole here, and there's no avoidance. So let's go back to the avoidance, hold avoidance. Here you can also set some hold position avoidance rule of the small panels. And for this small panel, you can check the panel type here. And still the same for the door hinge avoidance rules. Like when the door hinge has overlap with the shelf, then they will have a offset value. And here is the CW. And for this value, you can check it in the hinge. Let's close this one. Hardware, hinge. You can see the CW is for the hinge cup side, the width of the hinge cup side. So let's go back to the whole setting. You can come here to use the CW to change the offset value. So let's move to the next issue, through hole that we just talked about. And here also have the groove avoidance. If you need that, you just come here to set the force avoidance values here. And next thing is this irregular shape insulation. You can see when you make a slot on the panel, you can see whether to install the fittings. If you install, it will be like this type. You can also come here to change like the fitting without fitting install. If it's not installed, and change the fitting plan here and the drilling direction. And the last will be the displace color. Under the displace color, you can change like for the vertical hole, it will be like this color. If you want to change it, you can click on it, then to change its color. And here is for this fitting catalog and structural fitting, this one. You can also select this minifix to change its color for each different fittings. After you change it, remember to save it. It is very important. Now let's go to talk about this process configuration and start from the handle library first. You can click on it. Here you can create your own factory catalog, then to include like then set all the handle details here. So like for this handle, when you convert the JEGA AiHouse design plans to JEGA AiCutlist, then the system will notice you to associate the handles from JEGA AiHouse and handle in JEGA AiCutlist. Then after you associate, it will be like this type. Then you can come here to disassociate it if you don't want it. And for the handle here, you can come here to set the price for it and the handle details. Here is the handle parameters. You can come to here the setting, like how to install it, and the parameter for these settings, and the hole spacing, apertures, and hole depth, all you can set at here. And here is the position. Like for some recess handle, you can also set its details in here. After you changing it, still the same, remember to save it. If you want a new one, come here, create a new one. So this is for the handle library. And for the door library, and still the same, come to the left side to create your own factory library for the door panel. Then come to here to create a new one. Input all the details. If this door panel is outsourced, remember to check this outsource button. And here is the type for you to preview. What's more, under the type and parameter, only the last one have the production data. So if you want it to have the production data, remember, come here to set it and select this type, the last one, this group. And for all the others, it just as a preview. And if this one is producible, then you can come here to set its texture on these things, this texture direction, and all the other, save it. So this is for the door panel. The third one is for the drawer process. Under the drawer process, you can click on it to set the details for it. If you want a new setting, you just right-click the one, like you want a new setting for these three sides. You just right-click, then you add the new configuration. Under the new configuration catalog, scroll down, you can see this one. If you want to use it, you just check it. And for this drawer 3 size, you can come here to set all its detail, like the panel thickness and the drawer box back, and to have or not. Like this, you can check it immediately. Here is the recess value, and recess from the bottom or recess from the top. Like if you set it recess from the bottom, recess from the top, setting it, and then come here to refresh it. Then you can see this refresh from the top, this one, and from the bottom, these two things. Let's change it back. Here's the drawer base panel. You can set it to have it or not. Like this is the thin back panel and the thick one. If you have two, you can just like what we do, right-click to add a new configuration. And for the new configuration, you can click on it and right-click to rename it. Like this one is for the thick back panel. You can rename it. Let's go back to the first one. And for the thin back panel, you need to insert it. You can come here to set the insert value. And also the reserve value for this one. If you need a through groove, you just come here to check it. Like you want the top side to have it, you just check it. And here is the overlay. If you want, just check it. Now for this one, the back panel groove, the secondary increment. You know that this is the secondary. And the first increment will be under the panel. Here. This one. So if you set two increment, then they will be add together. Here is where you can set the reinforcement support. If you have it, then you can set it. Scroll down, you can see this one. And here you can set it like the width. And just hit configure. Like when the box step is smaller or equal to 764, then if you have one support or two, just set like this. Let's go to see the next thing. The first will be the structural configuration. The second one is the drawer box parameter. Here you can set the drawer box height. And the first is set based on the value. You can see it's when it is overlay type drawer, you can come here to configure it. Then here to add the different drawer height, and we'll have different drawer box height. But if you're using the second one, the formula one, then you can set it preciously, like the overlaid one. It's the DH, it's this drawer front height, this one. And to minus this is CO. And this CO, you can see it is the distance of the front button to the distance of the box button. You can come here to use the DH, the total height, to minus these things, then also minus a fixed value. Next is the lower resource value. You can control it here. This is the old value. When it is overlaid type, it will be like how many, and also the inset. Okay, the third one is the drawer box content. You can come here to set the drawer title, and it is the direction of this one, place at the center, or set the left distance, then you can change it, or right distance. Here is to change its aperture, hole depth, and the top. For the drawer slide, here you can set the slide insulation, like for the side mounted or the underside mounted. And for the drawer slides, you can come here to set the reserve values. And this is the slide insulation. Like if you're using the first one, then the system will directly recognize like when the reserve value is between 10 to 16, 10 to 16, then the system will install the three sides. But when it is like 2 to 8, then the system will install the under-mounted slide. It's just like this. And the next, let's check this under-mounted one. Under the drawer box parameter, if you have this under-mount slide notch, you can come here to select it at the back panel. And here is its dimension. After you set it, you can come here to, let's refresh it. You can come here to see if you have this notch at here. And for this partition drawer, here you can see under the drawer box content, it will have this opening, widening, and opening, deepening. You can come here to set these two values. Next, let's go to the Backpanel Process. You can click on it. Here we have many joint methods for you, like the groove back and the thick back. And this one, this groove back with support. And like this groove back, if you want a new one, like this back panel thickness 5, and you want a new one, you just right click and add the new. And come here to right click and rename it. And like this back panel is 9. And just come here to change this to the 9. And also change the other things, like its insert values and the group depth. And this is the secondary increment. Remember that you need to add the increment value you set in the panel setting. Okay, and also the back panel resize, you can set it here. And still the percent for this thick one, you can come here to change it, like the connection direction. And this is the group one with the support. You can change the back panel parameters here and the back support values here, like insert horizontal or vertical, and even the other details. Next is this hanging rod. For this hanging rod, you can come here to set the cross rod point. You just hit confirm. Then to associate with the one that you set in the quotation setting, you just check it and hit confirm. And here is the hanging rod housing. You just come here to set it. This is the location and size changes, and the left and right cutting. Then just save it. The last thing is this light stripe. You just click on it, and still the same under the light stripe. Like for this one, create your catalog. Then come here to add the light stripe materials. Like for this recess light, you need to come here to associate with the quotation you set in here. So you just select, then find the light stripe you input inside, like this one, and this is the recess light. And the price here, you just hit confirm to set it. Then just go back to the top to set the in-source position and the resource value, and place at which part to the edge, and production data, select the group width and depth. Just hit save button to save it. for all the setting here, only the main account of your enterprise will have the right to set them. But if you are a sub account, then you can let the main account user to come here, this configuration synchronization, to generate an authorization code, and then let him or her copy authorization code to you. After you copied it, and you just come to here, the configuration, to synchronize the configuration. Click on it, and then Ctrl V to paste it at here and synchronize it. And this is the setting, like the 3D skinned background color, you can set it here. And the panel front displays will be like this blue color. And the back side will be this green one. And this is the ministry fittings. If you check this and save it, then let's change back to original one. This frame one. And just delete the fitting, install the fitting. Then you can see it will be like this blue type. But if you are using, let's remove it. If you not check this one and save it, and go to install the fitting, then it will be like this more clear style. So this is the difference between them. And next is the fitting intelligent installation. Like when you add a cabinet in JEGA AiCutlist, like this one, the system will directly install the fitting for you. But if you are not checking this one, if you uncheck this one, then you need to come back to the install fitting here to install by yourself. Now is this basic setting. Here is where you can change the language. And when you're changing the language, remember to check this one, whether to enable the online translation. This will make the translation better. And this is the default path for the bound list order. You can come here to change it. Next is this about. You can check your version time here. And for the shortcut, here you can see it. You can set a shortcut at here. Just hit the add button, like for the shelf. Then come here to hit the add button. Like this is the fixed shelf. Hit convert. Hit the add button. Panels and shelf. You can come here to select the one. This is the fixed shelf. And this is the quantity, the left and right recess. And gold. And this one. And you can input the fixed shelf, fixed one and one, and hit convert. And this you can also input another one, like this is 2 fixed shelf, and you just input it as fixed like 2 and hit convert. Then you just hit save button. After you do the shortcut setting here, then you can go back to the design, to the top custom configuration, interface configuration. Then you can see you can custom all these things. Here is where you can add the toolbar, like you can add the toolbar at the top part. Under the top part, you can go to left side to select. Here is the design part for you. You can see this is the order and save. And for the other thing, you can also add inside, like just drag and drop it in. And you can also right click, select it, right click to delete it. And for the shortcut key you just add, you can come back to here. Click on it and like the shelf. Then you can left click and drag and drop it in to add the shelf. Or it also has some system default. Here is for you to add, like for this one, I can select it like add a shelf. For me, I just drag and drop it here to use it. After you changing it, what's more, you can also drag and drop it to here. Or drag and drop it inside this one to be a smaller one. Now I just right click to delete it. Then let's save this change, hit convert. You can see at the top part if you have this tool. And for this tool, let's change to cabinet select. Double left click the inner part. Then you can left click here to add the shelf for you. And double left click, and this is the system part. It will also directly add a shelf for you. And if you don't want this tool and want it back to the default one, just go back to here, interface configuration. At the right side, this is the reset interface. Just click on here and hit confirm. Then it will change back to the original one. Okay, this is all about the configuration setting in JEGA AiCutlist. In our next video, we are going to talk about how to draw a cabinet in the JEGA AiCutlist. See you in our next video. Goodbye.